Welcome back to Everyday English 15.
The podcast that gives you 15 minutes of essential English to brighten your day.
I'm Allie.
And I'm Noah. And today we've got a fantastic topic for you.
We do. We're diving into must-know phrases for everyday English. These are the expressions you'll hear all the time but might not find in a textbook.
Exactly. The kind of stuff that makes you sound less like a robot and more like a real person. I tried teaching some to my dog Mookie, but he's still stuck on wuh.
I'm sure Tinkerbell would pick them up faster. She's a very sophisticated cat.
Of course she is. Okay, sophistication aside, are you ready to get started?
Let's do it. All right, first up, greetings and small talk. Everyone knows hello, how are you, but let's get a bit more natural.
Right, so if you're meeting a friend, you're more likely to hear something like, "What's up?" or "What's new?"
They're super common and casual. They both just mean what is happening in your life.
For example, if I saw you at a cafe, Ellie, I'd say, "Hey, Ellie, what's up?"
And I'd reply, not much, just grabbing a coffee before my yoga class. What's new with you? And you could also add, how have you been?
Oh, that's a good one. How have you been is perfect if you haven't seen the person in a little while. It's asking about the time since you last met.
Right. How are you is for right now. How have you been is for the past week or month or however long it's been.
Another great one is, "How's it going?" And the responses are usually simple. You can say, "Pretty good," "Not bad," or my personal favorite, "Can't complain."
I like that one. It's positive but in a low-key way. Okay, one more for this section. What about when you see someone you haven't seen for ages?
The perfect phrase for that is, "Long time no see."
Exactly. It's friendly and shows you're happy to see them again. You'd usually follow it up with, how have you been? To really show you're interested. Okay, moving on to our next category, making plans and invitations. This is so useful.
Definitely. Let's say you want to invite a friend to do something. You can ask, "Are you up for?" Or even more casually, "Are you down for?"
So Noah, are you up for a 5-mile hike this weekend?
I see what you did there. How would I accept that if I was feeling adventurous?
You could say, yeah, sounds great, or totally, I'm in, or even just for sure.
Got it. But in reality, I think Mookie and I are more down for a trip to the dog park, so I need to decline politely.
And that brings us to another great phrase. I'd love to, but this is the perfect way to soften a no. You show you appreciate the invitation before you say you can't come.
So, "I'd love to, Ellie, but I'm swamped this weekend." Swamped means very busy, by the way. Or I could use the one we talked about before. "Can I take a rain check?"
Exactly. A rain check means you want to reschedule for another time. It's super polite. And what if I don't give a specific plan? I just say, we should hang out soon.
That's when you use "let's catch up sometime." It's a great friendly phrase. But as we said before, if you really want to meet, you should follow up with a specific suggestion, like, "How about coffee next week?"
All right, let's introduce a new category, reacting to news, both good and bad. This is all about showing emotion and empathy.
This is a big one. Let's start with good news. Imagine I tell you, "Hey, Ellie, I just got tickets to see my favorite band live."
I'd say, no way, that's awesome, or get out of town, I'm so happy for you.
"Get out of town" is a funny one. It just means, "Wow, I'm really surprised and happy." Other good ones are "congratulations" or "good for you."
Now for the other side. What if the news is bad? Like if I said, oh, I think Tinkerbell is feeling a little sick today.
Poor Tinkerbell. I'd say, "Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that." It's simple, but shows you care. Or for something more casual, "That's a bummer."
That's a bummer just means that's disappointing or that's too bad. It works for small problems. You wouldn't say it for very serious news.
Right. And if a friend is going through a tough time, a really nice thing to say is, "Hang in there." It's a way of saying be strong and don't give up.
Let's move on to expressing opinions. This is key to having a good conversation.
Totally. If you want to give your honest thoughts, you can start with, "To be honest," or if you ask me, for example, "To be honest, I think my team should have won the game on Saturday."
And if I want to disagree politely, I can say, I see your point, but it shows you were listening. I see your point, Noah, but from what I saw, the other team played much better.
Hey, okay, fair enough. Now, what if you don't really have an opinion?
That happens. You can say, I'm on the fence. This means you are undecided and can see both sides of an issue.
Like, if you ask me, should we go to the beach or go on a hike, I might say, I'm on the fence. Both sound good to me.
And if you really don't care, you can say, it's all the same to me, or I don't have a strong opinion either way.
But what if you strongly agree?
Then you can use fun phrases like, you can say that again, which means I agree completely. Or my favorite, tell me about it when you share a complaint.
Okay, here's a new section that is super important for learners, asking for clarification. It's okay not to understand everything.
Absolutely. Don't just smile and nod. If you didn't hear something, you can say, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Right, or a slightly more informal way is, could you run that by me again? It just means, can you repeat that?
What if you heard the words, but you don't understand the meaning? For example, if I used a weird idiom, like, that new cafe is the bee's knees.
The bee's knees. You'd never say that.
I might. You could ask, what do you mean by the bee's knees? Or, I'm not familiar with that expression.
And I would explain it means it's excellent. Another great technique is to repeat back what you think you heard. So, if I understand you correctly, you're saying the cafe is really good?
That's perfect. It confirms your understanding and shows you're really engaged in the conversation. Okay, we're nearing the end of our 15 minutes, so it's the perfect time to talk about how to end a conversation.
Great transition, Ellie. Sometimes it's awkward to just walk away. You need a signal that you're ready to leave.
A really common and polite way to do this is to say, well, I should get going, or anyway, I'd better be off.
Exactly. It's a soft way to start your exit. It signals this conversation is ending now.
And after a nice chat, it's good to say something like, it was great catching up with you.
Yeah, that leaves things on a positive note. Then for the goodbye, my go-to is take it easy. That's relaxed and friendly.
I like that. So let's role play the full exit.
Okay. Well, I should get going. It was great catching up.
You too, Noah. Take it easy.
You too. Bye.
Perfect. A smooth, friendly exit.
And just like that, our 15 minutes are up. Let's do a quick recap of all these amazing phrases.
We learned greetings like what's up and how have you been. For making plans, we covered are you up for, accepting with I'm in, and declining with I'd love to, but, or can I take a rain check?
We learned how to react to good news with that's awesome and bad news with I'm sorry to hear that. We also covered expressing opinions with to be honest and being neutral with I'm on the fence.
Then we learned the vital skill of asking for clarification with, sorry, I didn't catch that, and what do you mean by that? And we just finished with how to end a conversation politely with, I should get going, and take it easy, everyone.
That's a lot of great stuff. We really hope you found it useful.
Definitely. The best way to learn is to use them. Try one of these phrases today.
Thanks for tuning in to Everyday English 15. We'll be back next time with another topic to help you on your English journey.
Until then, take it easy, everyone.
Bye for now. But wait, Ellie, I feel like we're on a roll. The conversation is flowing. What do you say we do a bonus round? Let's tackle some really common English idioms.
An idioms bonus round? I love that idea. Idioms are so tricky for learners because the meaning is not literal at all. Let's do it. What's our first one?
Okay, first up, to bite the bullet. What does that mean? It sounds painful.
It does, but it actually means to face a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage and determination. For example, I hate going to the dentist, but I have a toothache, so I just have to bite the bullet and make an appointment.
That makes sense. It's about facing the inevitable. Okay, my turn. What about break a leg? It sounds like you're wishing someone harm.
Exactly. It's a classic from the theater world. They say that wishing an actor good luck is actually bad luck. So you say break a leg instead. You'd say it to someone before a performance, a presentation, or even a big exam.
Perfect. So if Tinkerbell was putting on a little cat talent show, I'd tell her to break a leg. Okay, next one. To hit the nail on the head.
That means you've described something perfectly or made a very accurate point. If you said, I think the reason Mookie is so tired is because we went to the dog park for 3 hours, I'd say you hit the nail on the head. Okay, my turn. What does it mean to spill the beans? I hope it's not messy.